Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 07.23.2022. Current time is 0629. And this is Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Twitch, as well as over there on Twitter, where I tote myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast. In other words, I look at things, but I like playing on this thing called the internet. Good morning all. Good morning, Chris Tech. Good morning, Tony D. Salute to you. Hashtag positive start to the day, sir. And also the others that are in the crowd here. As far as we got a few people sitting back in. Some people would call them the cheap seats. I call them I just want to kick back here and see what this knucklehead has to say as far as that goes. And it's good to be here. And we're back after a week of being over there on the YouTube, which caused a little bit of a concern. I got some tweets and stuff, and is this like just something I'm exploring, as far as you have to experience and try other platforms as far as that goes. So I was checking that out and I enjoyed it. I got to be honest with you, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I plan on doing it some more. Just doing the YouTube is fun, and as far as I got the workflow, of course, I had to wake up earlier because there's the workflow as far as when what I mean by workflow is what are the steps that you take to get this done. And the workflow for doing a YouTube is you have to render afterwards. And it can take, if you got more than 30 minutes, it's going to take you about 25 minutes. So you got to compensate for that. So I'm able to do some stuff in that 25 minutes to go ahead and post it, and as far as that goes. But the chat is getting lively there. And it's as far as conversation. And let's see. Yeah, Tony is working overtime. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Sometimes you have to do that. I know that for a fact. I've gone in on some Sundays as far as coverage and stuff like that. And this weekend I don't. I'm off this weekend. So this past week went fairly quick. Oh, by the way, I do have the morning coffee, and it still has the teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa. As far as that goes, we had 2 thunderstorms, Chris said. Okay. We need the rain out here. It's dry. It's been a hot week, a very hot week as far as that goes. And I forgot to check. Well, it really doesn't matter because what's it say on the weather page here? The weather page for the southern tier of upstate New York, it's currently 59, 60, 61 degrees. It's going to be another hot one today. It's going to be a hot weekend, but sunny to partly clouds. Yeah, stray of shower and thunderstorms is possible. I don't think that's going to happen because we got a high of 94. It's humidity is there too. Not as bad, but it is hot. Winds out of southwest 10 to 15. That's what's saving us from really being really. It's really hot, but if you have to go out, just to go out, be out in the open, the wind is blowing and it's not too bad. You know what? I got to set up another device as far as that goes. And where's my other device here? Because if I'm on the Surface 3, and I forgot, I'm charging my phone right now. I got to charge my phone, so I got to bring up the tablet here. Let's pause a little bit here while I get this going here, and let's see. And I actually got my the other day on the YouTube. I was trying to bring up the world times and temperatures, and I guess I had to have the function of getting the temperatures around the world. I have to be logged into my iTunes, so which I got to get another card. I have like 1 month, and then I have to get another card for the iTunes things and stuff like that. So I'm firing this baby up here so I can. If I've got some when I'm using my Surface 3 there, I have a way of looking at the comments and stuff like that. And the comments, of course, when I was doing the YouTube, there's no comments. Though there was one day Tony was texting or tweeting me along with Tina there. Tina saying, let us know when you're on. It's live, but it's recorded live. It's not live streaming like we are doing now. And I don't think she understood the difference. And then Tony got into the mix there and stuff like that. And I think Jeeves called me a son of a bitch too when joking. As far as are you on vocal? Which I plan. I haven't been doing the vocal either for the last couple of weeks and stuff like that. So, I'm charging my earbuds too. My earbuds. I was using these to listen to Randy W. Horton this morning. I guess he's got a new cook, which is good. I didn't get to the part where if you enjoy, I guess even the delivery person was against the old cook as far as that goes. So I'm using the earbuds as far as to check my sound on my Surface 3. So, but Tony, have you been broadcasting at all? I haven't seen shit on your Twitter line there as far as that goes. So, we need to hook up this weekend sometime on the over there on Vocal if possible. I'm off all day today. I know you're at work today, so maybe afterwards or something. I saw your tweet this morning. You're the first tweet of the NFL. I guess you're jacked about the new style of the Jets. Are the Jets really going to do anything? I'm just razzing you. Not much this week. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We're going. And as far as that goes, so not much this week. Still got to figure out YouTube. YouTube is easy. I was over there. Randy's been using it, so that I figure why not explore it? Randy's he paves the way. He was doing the YouTube, and I guess he still has crappy internet. But I saw Randy was doing it, and last weekend I took the weekend off, and I got thinking. I had some stuff. What did I do? I forgot what I did last weekend. Oh, I was I was trying to take care of some stumps, which I got to look at today. We did some stump removal last week as far as... I
want solar panels on my home, but they're too expensive.
What the hell is this crap?
I get this comment all the time. And the good news is it's dead
I don't
wrong.
Want that. What the hell is that? Get out of there. That's freaking Tino, the T-shirt guy there commercial. So I decided after thinking about it last week when I was drilling holes in some stumps to dump some stump removal stuff that I just got thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, it's like, let's go ahead and do a week's worth of YouTubes and stuff like that. So let's see, I've done a couple of lives, YouTubes, going to use. Yeah, but I don't see them on your Twitter page, Tony. You got to use your Twitter page more, okay? I know I was a little scarce on the Twitter also and stuff like that this week, but I just had there's a lot of shit I was doing this week as far as at the day job, and it actually made it go by quick. So plus I went out Wednesday night with the guys. We went out Wednesday, and we hadn't all been out since God, what was it? We're watching the Dallas Cowboys play the Giants. I guess it was last December at the dugout. We went to this place called the Beer Tree. I talked about it yesterday in the YouTube, but the Beer Tree in Johnson City, New York. What a place. They had some good pizza, some good craft beer as far as that goes. And let's see, I StreamYard to Twitter. As far as that goes, there's StreamYard. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a notification. I think everybody that uses YouTube knows that, Chris. So, if you don't, then you better learn. It's like there's notifications for everything except Vocal. Vocal, you have to use Twitter. And Twitter is, all these fancy notifications and stuff. If you're following on Twitter and you post it on Twitter, I always say Twitter is a link to good stuff. So if like just before coming on here, boom, I hit the Twitter. It's on there. Okay, I'm gonna repost it again. Twitter, the people being so dependent on the notifications of the application, just use Twitter. It's called social media. So you try and put your shit across all these platforms and stuff, and you're better off. Lots of left just checking. Oh, okay. Hey, good morning, Erica, Lady Cat. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm just trying to crank up my tablet here so I can get some comments. Let me see. What the hell? I haven't used this thing in a while either, so it's like it's almost like I got a brand new toy. Let's see here. Where's my frickin'... Oh, there's my Twitch app. Okay. This way I can see when I'm using my Surface 3, I can see the comments here and stuff like that. So there we go. We're up. And oh, Mrs. must be getting up. I hear coughing a little bit. So it's been hot. We've got the windows open this morning where, like I said, it's... and you're good. That's good. Let's see. Subscriptions, drops. No, I need Stream Manager. That's what I need. Okay. There we go. Tony. Tony just pops up with saying hello to Lady Cat. So I got my comments over here, so I can utilize the thing here. But like I said, it's been a hot one. Let's see the 10-day forecast. We're going here, and I imagine it's been hot down in Georgia as far as that goes too, where Tony's at, and hot out there where Chris Tech is at. Yeah, it's going to be. We might get some thunderstorms tomorrow. Let's see, high of 91. So we're in the hot heat of summer and stuff like that as far as that goes, and yeah, everybody needs subscribers to be approved. So that's a given. He'll get them as far as that goes, Chris. So I'm already subscribed to him. So what am I going to do? It's like, okay, Randy needs more subscribers. BFD. Randy will get them, Randy is Randy. Randy is a giant on Twitch. So, okay, let's see. So, our world times and temperatures, as far as that goes, yesterday actually it's 12:41. They're on the same date here. Honolulu, it's 75 degrees. And I already said, Chris, I was trying YouTube, okay? Okay, just leave it at that. Honolulu's at 12:41 a.m., 75 degrees, and it's cloudy. And let's see, moving over to Phoenix, Arizona, it is at 3:41, 93 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy. Chicago, Illinois is at 5:41, is 73 degrees. Down in New York City, which is about 3.5 hours south of here, it's sunny at 79 degrees. Across the Atlantic, Cork, Ireland, it's 64 degrees and cloudy. Down in Milan, Italy, where Nazim lives, good friend of Nazim, I know him from Blab. It's 90 degrees, and down in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, it's 113 degrees. That is freaking hot. Over New Delhi, India, 90 degrees, sunny and cloudy. Mumbai, India, at 4:12 p.m. the same time, 82 degrees. Kuala Lumpur is 82 degrees at 6:42 p.m. Tokyo, Japan is 84 degrees. And it's 7:42. Down in Melbourne, Australia, where our good friend Bernie lives. I've known Bernie from the HAPS days. It's 54 degrees, and it's 1 degree more over in Sydney at the same time, 55 degrees. And Double J's 40 degrees in Mumbai. Oh, that's Celsius. I'm looking at Double J's. Also, thank you. You popped out. I forgot you were sitting there. I'm just looking at the Fahrenheit. So Fahrenheit, I got 82 degrees. So is 40? What is 40? You got more. That's on let's see, that's accurate. Let's see, 40 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Oh, wrong keyboard. 40 C to Fahrenheit is, oh, it's 104. Then my thing is wrong. It says 82 degrees in Mumbai. Aren't you in Mumbai? Tony has 72. Where's yours, Chris? I know you had it here. I just... I don't miss those. Let's see. No, I was saying UK. Oh, the UK? Cork, Ireland, I've got 64 degrees. Let's see, what's the current temperature temperature in London? I know they've been having some heat issues. I don't think it's a crisis, though, but that's just my opinion, and people are going to make it a crisis. You got to be concerned with the heat. What are you going to do about it? You just get air conditioning. Temperature in London. Oh, London, 40 degrees Celsius. London, UK, right now, it's 74 degrees. 74 degrees Fahrenheit, which in Celsius, just to let you know, 74 to do the conversion to Celsius. They've got it at 23 currently. So I don't miss those 100 days. Okay, so it was. I'm sorry, Double J's was meaning past. Yeah, they at 70. It's 74, 23, 74 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 degrees. So they're cooling down. They had some rain. Tony, 74, 72 degrees fog, 94. We're on your ass for not being. Well, deal with it. I could care less, Tony, if I wasn't on Twitch. I was on YouTube, okay? I was streaming. I was providing content. If you guys can't handle it, I'm just joking. It's your problem, not mine. I'm just creating content. If you guys get all bent out of shape, I explained myself. I said I'm exploring YouTube. What more do I need to say? If you got a problem with it, that's your fucking problem, not mine. Okay. It's been a high end week at work, so let's see. Let's see, Tony, I don't miss. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Let me get back here to the freaking thing here. I don't miss 100 degrees. Tony. Oh, not Mumbai. Okay, we got that squared away, Double J. Sorry about that. I'm lucky I have air conditioning. We're lucky here in the States that everybody has a place to cool off, because London, England they don't, I guess they've never hit 100, over 104 before. So like Double J's would say, it keeps my place cool. And Tony, lots of laughs. Let's see. I'm busting out laughing at work. I'm glad I'm entertaining you, Tony, and everybody else. Chris, what was your temperatures? You gave me your fucking I overlooked. Let me cursor back here. You gave me the temperatures for Deming, New Mexico. Oh, okay. 70 degrees out in Deming, New Mexico. 100 for the high today. So it's going to be hot out there. And let's see. My coworkers look at me like, what the fuck? Screw your coworkers, Tony. If they don't understand it, that's their problem. Don't worry about. Don't sweat the small stuff. Okay. No, I had a good time Wednesday and stuff. That's why I guess I'm a little emboldened the end of this week. We went out Wednesday night, the guys I work with, and he said, "Deal with it." Yeah, deal with it. You like that one? I'm getting a little bold, but I hadn't seen this gentleman since the last time we gathered together as a group. The guys I work with, and we're tight. The guys I work with were very tight as far as that goes, and we watch over each other's backs as far as that goes, because when the shit hits the fan, you gotta know who's in your foxhole, and as far as that goes. But at any rate, this guy was my mentor. He's been retired for a number of years, and I think I let everybody know that I'm going to be retiring next April, and I let him know, and his mouth just dropped. He says, "You can't retire," and I says, "Well," and he says, "Well, it's like I was the linchpin that if I leave, everything falls apart." I said, "No, anybody can be replaced." My father said it. My stomach hurts, and I'm coughing, laughing. Okay, I'll try not to be. That's your fun. You like that one, Tony? That's fun. Just being real. So it was good seeing him, and it just basically told him I just feel comfortable knowing that. So I'm enjoying every day as far as that goes, because and it's just, I hated to see him. He's been retired 2 years, and it was like there was a void. And I told him, okay, there'll probably be a void when I leave. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, because it's not my problem. It's the company's problem and stuff like that. I'm just a worker bee and stuff. I just that was classic shit. Tony said, yeah. Tina, good morning. Tina coming in for Jersey, and I'm being a little uppity here and stuff this morning, coming back that you guys all missed me and you want to know what happened. Nothing happened. I just doing YouTube, because YouTube is just as good as Twitch. Okay, remember, YouTube isn't haps, guys. Okay, YouTube is just as good as Twitch, but Twitch is good. Twitch is great. Okay, so why not explore both options? You can't put all your eggs in one basket, is a matter of speaking. Okay, just to bring that up. But good morning, Tina. Good to see you here. Everybody's saying good morning to Tina. And But when I got ready to retire, I'm going to tell you a war story, and Tony, you might be interested in this. When I retired, I was at high year tenure as an E6, which is a tech sergeant. I had a little oops in my career, to where I didn't really pay attention, but one of my performance reports dropped down from the high rate down one notch, and that affected me later on as far as testing for my next rank, and I didn't really care. Supposedly I back talked to a fire chief as far as that goes, and what had transpired when it got to that point, when I was over at Yokota Air Base, Japan, I did my final testing, and I missed making master E7 by I think it was 10 points or something like that, 5 or 10 points. So it was obvious I had to retire. I had my 20 years in. I retired from the United States Air Force back in 1997. And but prior to me leaving Tokyo or Yokota, Japan, a year before I had to retire, the fire chief, Chief Sanders, called me into his office, and at that time my last assignment was NCOIC of the Fire Alarm Room Communication Center, basically the 911 center for the Yokota Air Base. I had 4 Japanese nationals working for me. Is Jeeves here? By the way, Jeeves is asleep right now. He's got to get up at 7 a.m. Okay, he's working. Okay, thanks, Chris. Okay, I hate that shit. We had that. Yeah, and but I felt good about it, because for me, my goal, Tony, was to get my 20 years in, and that's the brass ring. And but Chief Sanders called me in, and he goes, "Robbie, we're gonna sit down. I got some good news for you." And he goes, I go, "What's that, Chief?" And he says, "We put in, and it's been approved. You're gonna be getting a step promotion." And for those people that aren't in a step promotion is basically we're awarding you your next rank. This is a rarity. They don't just give them out willy nilly. And I was set aback. I wasn't, I was just like it just overwhelmed me as far as. Here's a fire chief one of the best fire chiefs I ever worked for. We call him Last of the Mohicans, because there's some stories with him I can't really get into with stuff, but like he is, and as far as that goes, and I'm just sitting there, and I said, and then I finally collect my thoughts, and I told him, I says, "No, they don't. Congratulations." Yeah. But I didn't take it, Tony. I said, "Chief, I got to decline it. I got to retire. I'm going to retire. I already bought a house, And he looked at me. He says, "Robbie, you don't turn these down." I said, "Chief, I have to." So I might be one of the few people that turn down a step promotion, because in tail, when you take that stripe, you have to sign up for another 4 years. And given where I was at, I felt comfortable saying, "No, Chief, I'm going to have to decline." And he wasn't too happy with that, because, like I said, they were, they give them out as far as for people with continuity. They wanted people that maintain continuity, and so it's basically, for me it was a real honor to know that I could have stayed in. Get my 20 was a savings grace. I never planned being in. Yeah, and that's the thing, Tony. When it became apparent when I was high year tenure, I just said, the missus and me, we discussed it and said, "Yeah, we'll go back to New York." And we were thinking about going back to Kansas, outside McConnell Air Force Base, but we decided to come back here, and we've been here since. Though the missus wants to move somewhere else, but anyway, so right now I feel the same way I did back then. That I feel comfortable that it's time for me to stop what I'm doing and venture into some other things. I'm retired from that job. That means that the current job that I am right now, whether I can talk about it afterwards, been thinking about that. It might be a little, I can't get really specific because it's still in the local area and stuff like that. So I can't really, but it is a good job. I've been there for 17 years. And prior to that, I could say I was working down the road at Endicott at IBM. And so I think it's time, financially, we're not rich, we're not poor, but, the bills are going to be paid and stuff like that. And as far as and next year I'll be 65. So it's time to say, I was going to go work till I was 67, but I decided not to. So getting back to talking to my mentor Wednesday, not in your best interest to talk about. Yeah, exactly. There's certain things you could talk about, Tony, because they're years back. But the stuff I'm doing currently, I could say, I'm gainfully employed, and I just leave it at that. I don't go into specifics and stuff. And I know I know what you're talking about on that. I know you turn a wrench, and I know exactly what you do, but most people don't. But you don't want to get specific as far as that goes. So, it's been a good 17 years. It's time to press on, just kick back, do things at the house. Maybe do more Twitches, so you guys don't get all gripey and bitchy at me and say, what are you doing YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Who the frick cares? Okay. Last month was 7 years retired from the air. Congratulations, Tony. Thank you for your service. That's great. Next month will be 11 years civil service. Yeah. And that's the thing about Chief Sanders. Tony, you'll like this. He was 30 years retired Chief Master Sergeant, and he was a GS God. He retired close to another 30 years as a DOD fire chief. Or DOD firefighter. He was a fire chief. And hey, Vince, what's going on? Vince coming in from California. How you doing there? Good to see you. What the hell? That's 3 hours. You and Chris Tech, man. You guys are the all-nighters, the night crews and stuff like that. So it was good seeing my mentor, and when I explained it in that way, he said, yeah, I guess, it's just, and the missus is happy that I'm going to be retiring too, to do something else. I don't, just like, it's time to do something different. I'll be, retired in the sense, I'm retired military. In this sense, I'll be retired from this job. I'm still going to be doing stuff. If I get bored and I need to work at the local McDonald's or Burger King, I'll do that, as far as that goes. So wonderful, Rich. And how are you? We're doing good. Things on this end are doing good, and everybody here is doing great. And as far as that goes, what the hell is that with Tony's name? Watch without. Are you watching without audio? That's what that means. That I'm seeing. What the hell is that? Watch without audio. I don't know what that means. It's something in Twitch. I don't know. half the crap I don't understand. But good to see you there, Vince. Good to see you. Vince is over there on Instagram. He's got some. I caught one where it was wacky bananas there, Vince. So you're doing it on that. Let's see. Fast food after all that. Yo, Rich. I'm just saying. As far as that goes, it's just. I can. I've been taught. Management has asked me. Well, you could come back in a part-time position and stuff, and I said, no effing way. As far as that's it. But I'm never going to say never. I who knows?
No,
What's that?
no.
Oh, the missus says no. Okay, so she's going to be my new boss as far as that goes.
Yeah.
So, what's that? What's that?
Talking to me?
No, you say no effing way. The missus is up, so damn right. Tony says lots of laughs. Yeah. So it's just a point where and Tony says good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Tony, good morning. And so there we have it as far as that goes. Let me give you the thought for the day today. The thought for the day is a pretty good one because I want to just go over probably afterwards some observations I had this week, the so-called weather crisis. Yeah, right. Our thought for today comes from, and Vince says, good morning, Miss Fireman, Rich. And good morning, Jack, Chris Tech says. And thank you, Tina, for liking the broadcast there. Oh, let's see. I got so much crap going on right here. Actually, there's more stuff. It's actually a quicker process to take this broadcast and put it up over on YouTube, export it, than it is YouTube. But there's more freaking stuff going on right here on the Twitch than I did with the YouTube. I'm just starting to notice that because my eyes are moving all over the desk here. Our thought for the day, and quote, something for you all to think about, comes from Martin Luther King, and it goes as follows. Every crisis has both its dangers and its opportunities. Each can spell either salvation or doom. Martin Luther King. Every crisis has both its dangers and its opportunities. Each can spell either salvation or doom. Martin Luther King Jr. And think about that. Given where he was at in his particular life, there was a crisis going on in this country. Okay, it was an equality crisis. He did something about it. He was part of the, he didn't just sit back, he was part of the solution as far as that goes. He was part of the solution. And, but there is some cases today, people are over-exerting the crisis mentality that is it might be a concern, but when you throw the word crisis, there's definitely a problem. And I guess this week we've been talking about this weather crisis because it's hot here, it's hot there, and there's proven data. The weather over the centuries since they recorded, you see ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. And I'm not saying that part of the issue, and I say issue and concern, might be man-made, but we are making strides towards that, and we're not even recognizing those strides. We constantly focus in, we got a crisis, to justify something else. True, and this current crisis where we are at now is not... Well, how can we solve the weather? The weather's going to do what it wants to do, okay? I think people are making hay of the so-called weather crisis to, we have to have an emergency, we have to do this. It's not going to solve anything. One of the facts, and this is science, this is actual science from physicists, and I'm not even a physicist, but I understand it. People don't factor in the sun. The sun expands every year. It expands, the stars contract, expands. The sun is expanded a lot more now than it was, say, a million years ago. Well, if it's expanding and the Earth is still making the same orbit, it's going to get hotter here. It's just like I go back, I hear cold cereal in a bowl. Oh, that's the missus. She's doing her breakfast. You can hear that, Tony? You can hear you making breakfast.
I move.
Oh, she's moving. She's making her coffee too. So
No,
that's
I do stuff. Laundry going.
yeah. She's got
Dishes taken
yeah.
care of.
She's on the move. So I got to stay out of her way. So I just make the observation that I'm this thing is like, come on, give me a break. We got more of a concern. We just went through a so-called, and I would say it's a crisis, the COVID and stuff like that. And Tony, relating to you, I've got a coworker that I'm just wondering, you've been vaccinated and you had COVID, and I hope that this president doesn't make a climate emergency. I don't know. I'm not really following the news, but I heard that he was going to do something about that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you like that, Tony. But your situation where I know you've been feeling down and out, and you've been going to work, coming back work. You've been vaccinated, which a year ago this president said, "Oh, if you get vaccinated, you're not going to get COVID." It's a crock of shit. That was a crock of shit. And back then they said, "Oh, that's the science." So you see what I'm getting at? And I'm just trying to keep it in general. I'm not trying to get too political, but just an observation that we got to remember those people that are saying the so-called crisis. What did they say years back? Can we believe you? That's up to you. I'm not going to give you my opinion on that, but I'm just saying, it was a year ago, 2 years ago, our president here in the United States, he said, and they had it out there. It's out there on video. You get your shot and you will not get COVID. Well, we've all gotten our shots, our boosters and stuff. Tony got it. He's freaking battling something. I have a coworker, and I just found out he's been vaccinated. He's been boosted, and he's got COVID. He didn't get it that bad, but now what he's dealing with, he's got to wear these sunglasses because it's bright out here, because the bright light will dim his vision. Just before he got COVID, he took an eye test. He blew it off the chart. He was higher than 2020. He had higher vision in 20 now and he's a younger person and stuff like that. So there might be some effects because vaccinations, there's always an effect. I'm saying it's good that we have the vaccination. It's good that we have the boosters. But let's get to these problems that we have. But it's almost like, we got a weather crisis to distract us away from what we should be looking at. So that's all I'm saying. And here's another thing on another thing. I saw an article concerning the monarch butterflies. Some organization has placed them on endangered species. I know I've seen data where last year's migration and the count was off the chart. It was higher than it's ever been. So they might be right close to being on the endangered list, but last year. So let's wait a year or two after that to see what it's at, because last year it's right around the end of August, going into September and October. I counted the amount of butterflies that fly past me during the course of the day at work or going that way across the cornfield. Last year I had anywhere from 10 to 15 a day. Years prior I had anywhere from 3 to 5 or 6. So 2 years ago it was low. Last year it more than doubled. What's that indicating? So let's see what we got here. What I got? Let's see, Vince. Yeah, and you still get COVID, and that is why I never. Well, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't get the vaccine. That's your own choice, Vince. Okay, I got the vaccination because I'm older. There's science that says you better get it, or else if I didn't get it, there's a chance I could die. Okay, I'm not going to play with that. Okay, so there's good and bad. I'm not saying don't take the but there are issues with it, okay? They have to be addressed. They're not major issues, but there are people having some issues with it. But those little issues they're trying to make a big deal about, okay? And that's the one thing with COVID. This thing, we got heat going on. It's freaking summertime. It's going to be hot, okay? It's a few degrees more and stuff like that. But let's see. Never got it's stinking booster. That's your opinion on the stinking booster. I've been boosted, so plus you never know that the needle could. No, I don't know. If you go into a medical facility, I don't know. I'm not buying the dirty needle, Vince. Tina, I actually saw one yesterday. A Monarch. Yeah, I've seen a couple. So, morning, Rich. Hey, Daniel. Good morning. Good to see you there. Good to see you. Gas is finally still going. Yeah, but Daniel, gas is still a lot higher under this current administration than it was over the previous. So, we're buying this country is buying gas from Venezuela. We're going to be buying it from Iran. I could see us buying it from the Saudis. We always buy stuff from the Saudis. But why aren't we buying gas from our neighbors, Canada? Why aren't we buying our gas down in Mexico? I heard the Mexican president said that the Americans that are on, the United States citizens that are on the border, hey, come to Mexico. You can buy your gas here. We'll help you out. We're not even looking at our neighbors. We're going into these people. And then the reserves, come to find out, we got all the president releases the oil reserves, but more than a bunch of the oil we're selling to frickin' China. Come on. Does anybody see something wrong with that? That's ridiculous. Let's see. I bought kitchen gas prices. They're still high, Chris. $3.99. They're still high. They're still higher than what they should be. Under $4 here. Okay. So maybe they're getting the word. I don't know. We'll see. They should be drilling here in the United States. We got our own oil. I bought kitchen trash bags that used to cost $5 today. Yeah, that's because of the to make a plastic anything plastic. It involves petroleum as far as that goes. Yes, Tina says save that for the broadcast too, Rich. Save what? What are you talking about, Tony? What should I save? I'm all over the chart here and stuff. So, but I just want to get that out because this day in history, and we can do things because back on this day in history, if I get to my history thing, on this day, and I had I did do an article. Save it for. Yeah, I don't want to go too deep into it though. You know, you can go down that rabbit hole, Tony, and you're never going to come out. I'm just brushing across it as far as you guys know where I'm coming from. On this day, back in 1982, more than 25 countries joined together to end commercial whaling following more than a decade of public pressure, with major whaling forces like the U.S. becoming strong proponents of anti-whaling convictions. So that's something where, okay, we had a species that was near the brink of, I love to, yeah, on the brink of extinction, and it's all species of whales are making a comeback. I have an article here, if I get to it. It's concerning science haven't seen this elusive whale alive until now. They thought it was gone, but it's back. So if we do small things do count. The thing is, these people that are constantly saying, we got a crisis, it's very easy to point out the problem. But what are you doing for the solution? The gas crisis, for example. Oh, my solution is go to these countries that are really anti-American and buy their gas to prop up. No, let's buy it from our friends. It's common sense. Okay? I'm just talking common sense. The same thing with facts. If you're just spouting out the mouth, but then you have facts that say, hey, like the vaccine. Everybody spouts out these facts. For me, the vaccine was probably it's going to go, even with the issues that we do have it's going to be they had issues with the polio vaccine. They had issues with the measles vaccine. Look back on that. You don't hear about that anymore because people forgot. Oh, it's the one. I guarantee you, years from now, they're going to look back. You know, the COVID, the COVID vaccine, it didn't keep you from getting COVID, but it helped save lives. If we didn't have it, there'd still be people dying. I may not be here. That's how serious I am with the vaccine. I know some people don't like it and stuff, and I respect that. But at the same time, if I didn't get the vaccine, I may not have been here. I could have got COVID. The strain we got now, and I guess the president of the United States has COVID, it's a mild case. But I'm looking at reality. If I didn't have the vaccine and I got regular COVID because of my age and because I've had major surgery in my life, I could have fucking died. That's the reality you have to deal with. It's right in your face. And you have to deal with it. You can't hide, you can't put your head in the sand, is what I'm saying. So, and there's a lot of things out there as far as that goes. Let's see, gas prices, I think we're surprised for when they're run. I'm thinking we're surprising for when they run. Okay, Rich, did you hear about polio making... I think that's an isolated case, Daniel. I heard briefly. I didn't see any actual data for when they run out. No argument there. Yeah. So, Daniel, yeah, I'm 35, so I choose to skip the vaccine and trust my immune system, but I don't mind. Then that's it. Okay, just leave it at that. But there's people that want to put a wedge in between my opinion and your opinion, Daniel, and that's wrong. You got two sides of a coin and stuff. I can respect that. You're younger, yeah. There's data that backs that up, and you know your own immune system. Now Tony's younger than I am, but like I said, he got COVID. He got the vaccine. He got COVID, and surprisingly, not surprisingly, ill. Lots of damn typo. Oh, okay, no problem. The typos what happened. So, but like I said, on the crisis, with these, we got the monarch butterflies. They're on the endangered species list. The whales, they're on the endangered. No, they're coming out of the endangered species list because scientists have never seen this elusive a whale, and it's a common refrain to say we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the depths of our ocean, which are true. Well, a recent paper has shown that maximum extends to creatures that live there. Humanity has a half a dozen rovers on Mars, but it took until 2022 for the Sato beak whale to be observed alive for the first time. So it's a Sato's beak whale. Beak whales, the author writes, are the least studied of their kind, owing to the low surface profile, long dive, lack of visibility, and stuff like that. So this is a whale that's come back. Okay, so I'm just throwing that in there as far as that goes. I wouldn't wish COVID even on my... Well, I'm not going to get into the worst enemy. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want you to have it double J's and stuff. My worst enemy, that could be a different story for me because of some of the things that happened in my life. Now, I'm not talking about here in the United States. I'm just talking about while I was in the service. Yep, I know I get COVID twice. Yeah, but it's a milder case now, Tony. But I'm just concerned that you're one that I know, but there's many others that are fine. Like I've got it. I'm fine. Why is that? We're all made differently. Okay, so I was just saying, it's you have the same issue with. You look back in history, other vaccines. There's a small population. The vast majority are good with the vaccines of the past, but there's a small lingering. There was a stretch there that they found that they were using mercury in vaccines and stuff like that. So I don't know. You got to weigh it. Like here it is, double J's. He didn't get the vaccine. I got vaccinated. He's his immune system, and you got to be careful because, like you said, I sucked into the fact, oh, I'm going to get that and I won't get COVID. And then all of a sudden we had people getting COVID. Okay? So these people that are they're telling us about weather crisis, they're supposed to be the smart ones. I think the smart ones are us knuckleheads in the trenches here, as far as that goes. So, my 8-year-old had it, and he's fine for them. Yeah, and I'm grateful too, Tony. And that's the resilience of the children and stuff like that. But there have been some children that never made it. Okay, but that's very small percentage. So we got to recognize that. So it just the fact that but younger people are going to survive. The data shows that the older people don't. And I don't want to make this about the COVID because the numbers are down, which thank God they are. It's never going to go away. It's just something we have to deal with. Again, the interesting fact is, where's the flu? Do you know anybody that's had the flu in the last 2 years? I haven't. So maybe COVID's always been here. It just was hit under the flu. So they want to have a crisis. See what I'm saying? I got vaccinated and I didn't get COVID. But you can still get COVID if you're vaccinated. The data is there. Anybody that says you can't it's ridiculous. You got your head in your sand and stuff like that. That's already been proven over the last year when we were told, oh, you won't get it if you. So, but this weather crisis, that's the latest one in a string of, everything's a crisis. It's like, give me a break, okay? Get a thick skin as far as that goes. It's because of it's reached its peak. Now it's down to a lower level and stuff like that. So, you got to understand the science. Like I said, I'm not a medical person or anything, but I can read just like the next person and stuff, and I can form an opinion by various actual data. And the actual data, and I see comparisons like Tony with his situation. I've got a coworker. He's not tired or anything like that with what Tony has. Got their head up their asses. Yes, I said, yeah, I agree with you, Tony. I agree with you 100%. And like I said, this coworker that I have, when he starts explaining to me, I say, you got to be freaking shitting me. And I'm going, wow. The good thing is he's seeing an eye doctor that's very renowned in this area and stuff. He's going to be okay. He says just it'll probably when the sun when it's cloudy and stuff might it's just when it's really bright or something like that. So it's something going on. So as far as that goes, and but yeah, there's people they literally have their heads up their asses. I agree with you, Tony. So, but let's change the thing away from because it always seeps back to the freaking COVID, and I was talking more about the weather and stuff like that because people are making issues of it. It was hot last year. Actually, it was hotter last year and wetter. The only thing is this year it's a little bit drier here in New York State. So they want to make a crisis, and I've been outside. It was hotter last year. Okay. I experienced the summer here, and then they say, "Oh, look, we're it's just people want because once they declare a weather emergency, a climate emergency, they can do certain things. They're allowed to do, and we don't want them to do those certain things because it mucks shit up in the works and stuff. But on a good note, let's go to a better note here. On this day in 1904, the ice cream cone was invented by Charles E. Menches. On the occasion of the Louisiana Purchase in St. Louis, Missouri in 1904. The ice cream cone was invented, as far as that goes. And let's see. The first successful liver transplant was performed by Dr. Thomas Stoutzler at the University of Colorado. And see, we have leather transplant. We don't hear about that. That's a medical wonder and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not talking about COVID anymore. So, you guys can talk amongst yourself, but I'm not entertaining anymore on that shit, because that's what it is basically. I've said my piece on that, and let's just say my opinion on some things. You can take it or leave it. I respect your opinions, but you can tell me I'm full of shit. That's fine. Just a disclaimer. My normal disclaimer. Let's see, but on 19. The liver transplant first was on a 19-month-old Julian Rodriguez, a cancer patient who lived for 40 days after the new liver. So that was back in 1967. Democracy on this day, 1974, returns to Greece as military factions were forced, I guess, the current dictator out, inviting the former Prime Minister Konstantin Karmalas to return. To huge crowds gathering to greet him in Athens airport, which I've been to Athens airport. I've been to Athens. Athens is a pretty neat place. It's not the most safe place as far as of late, and the jubilation arose in the streets. And let's see what else went on this day. And on this day, 1983, an Air Canada 767 jet ran out of fuel at 41,000 feet. Can you imagine being in an airplane at 41,000 feet and it runs out of gas? Well, in this case, but thanks to the pilot's experience in flying gliders, it made a miraculous dead stick landing at Gimli, Mantiba, with no injuries to the 61 passengers on the festival goers attending a drag race event that closed the Air Force Base, where Captain Bob Pearson, 47 years old, had planned to land. The plan was dubbed the Gimli Glider. That reminds me of the Miracle on the Hudson, when the plane took off. I forget the movie. I think Tom Hanks played the pilot. And it sucked in some geese and flared out its engines, and he had to take an emergency landing, and he couldn't reach the runway, so he ditched in the Hudson River. Everybody was saved. So that's what that reminds me of. That's a pretty good story right there, because I know from experience. I was an aircraft rescue firefighter. I was there on the flight line when planes came in, and they had situations. Some of them crashed. Some people were lost. Sometimes the people are saved. That's life. Yeah, the Gimli glider. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. There's a YouTube video called the Gimli glider. 30 years later. That was 30 years ago. Oh, Sully. That's right. Double J's. Thank you. Great. Yeah, Captain Sully. If you haven't seen that movie, that's a good movie. It tells you a story of a great guy. He used to fly F-4s. He flew F-4s when he was a fighter pilot in Vietnam. He was an F-4 pilot. It says that in the movie. I'm very passionate, and I love the F-4. That was the first aircraft I worked around as far as a firefighter. And Tony can relate to this. That I knew how to break into an F-4 as a firefighter to perform egress. To egress the pilot if it came in and ditched, and let's say that he was unconscious, I could pull the pilot. You had the safety, that Martin Baker ejection seat. Did you ever hear about those, Tony? I'm sure you have. I don't think it's a Martin Baker in an F-15, but you had to get those cutters to cut that tube, because you didn't want the pilot, if it was groggy, could the scenario was could inadvertently pull the handle and eject a seat with you, and you'd be going for a ride. So yeah, Captain Sully. God, a great guy. Thank you, Double J's. That's good. Let's see. We've been over an hour. We got 8 in the thing. Thank you for recognizing those people that are in the broadcast here, watching the broadcast. I'm grateful. I know I got a little rambunctious there, but it's a Saturday. What the hell? Yeah, Sully never had altitude engine flames out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that can be. Yeah, let's see. What'd you have for dinner, Chris? Go ahead, throw it out there. What'd you have for dinner? We had tuna fish sandwiches. They were pretty good.
Fish subs.
Oh, subs. Okay, I'm sorry. There's a difference between a sandwich and a sub. I come home and that's right. She listens. The missus listens to the broadcast. Let me ask you, do you miss me doing these?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I've been missed this last week, I guess, on Twitch. She's laughing. So what did we have at dinner? I had tuna fish subs, and a sub is a, if you've seen a commercial Subway, you know what a sub is. Okay, so that's what I had for dinner. And let's see, Tina had grilled cheese and fries. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I was going to have a second beer with that sub, but I didn't. As far as that goes, and Chris comes in. He had a sub too. He had a chicken bacon ranch sub from Domino's. The food I look at on the commercial for Domino's, we don't have a Domino's around here. They left along with Pizza Hut, because there's so many great independent, family-owned sub shops that the commercial places, Subway's still here. It's convenient and stuff like that. But these other places, like I always mention Mario's. I have to mention Mario. Mario's is my pizza and sub place. It's just they can rival Domino's like that. It's a really good place. Usually your local eateries, not the chain, the fast food chains and stuff, are just as good, if not better, in my opinion. My humble opinion as far as that goes. So that's what Chris had for dinner as far as that goes. So let's see, what else is going on? We've been on here for an hour? Wow. I'm going to have to watch the replay to see what I said, because I know I was getting a little high and mighty there, but hey, sometimes it's been a week, so it's just sort of get it out there and stuff like that. But I've got to laugh at this just to tone it down, this weather crisis. It's just like during the summer when we get a whole lot of snow. Oh, there's a weather problem. It's freaking winter. You're gonna have snow. Well, 2 years ago we had 40 inches out here. I got scared there. I was like, what's going on there? But it's just like when we have floods. Let's see. Tony had the Biggie bag. Is it still $5? We don't have. It costs us $6 for the Biggie bag. Our only local restaurants we have here are Mexican and one Italian. Well, and they don't have pizza. The Italian place doesn't have pizza. Yeah. Wendy's, yeah. Wendy's has you still pay. Actually, it's a little more than when you add the tax. It's $5.99 or something like that. So you might as well say $6. I think it's more than $6 up here in New York. I think it ends in July. Oh, okay. So Tina, as far as of course it's hot. Yeah. Oh, end of July. Yeah, it's last July it was hot, wasn't it, Tina? They make a big deal about it. The temperature's.
End of July, beginning of August.
What's that?
It was hot.
Okay, the missus was saying it was hot last year, the end of July, beginning. So we'll see what happens. The weather, like I said, it's up and down, up and down. I know there's some concern because I seen on the weather chart it was like 105 in Arkansas the other day. I'm like, 105 in Arkansas? It's hotter in Arkansas than it's out in Arizona and New Mexico? Even Death Valley, California, which is supposed to be one of the hottest places in the world and stuff. As far as next week is, we're towards the end of July. Yeah, and it's been a fast month. The summer's moving right along. Before we know it, fall's going to be here, and then winter, and then people will start complaining about winter, as far as that goes. But the thing I'm just saying, it just comes out this weather. Come on. I mean, and the thing of it is, you're hearing that from the President of the United States. They're serious about it. And I'm thinking, there's other issues as far as that goes, and focusing on that and stuff like that. It's just, You know, I know we have issues with the weather and stuff like that, and there's a concern. But let's be realistic. Let's don't go off the handle. You know, using the word crisis. When you use the word crisis, that's off the freaking handle. It's like, I'm looking out here. Okay, I see the weather. I see the weather out there. Am I frantic about a crisis? You know, and I see people going to work, coming to work. Is it impacting them? No. You get more people impacted by the weather during the wintertime here in New York State because of the snow. And that's a natural occurrence and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It is what it is. But at any rate. Yeah, if you say so, Chris. Let's see, what else do we got going here? The weather, we talked about that and stuff like that. It's good being back on Twitch. I'll tell you, I'm having fun. I am having a ball. I gotta say, YouTube is nice. I like YouTube and stuff like that. But unless you go YouTube Live, you don't have the comments. I don't think if I went YouTube Live, I probably have the regulars that are here. And I greatly appreciate you being here too, just to say. And true in your eyes, Chris. Okay, on your last statement. You know, that's your opinion, because you know, like, again, that's your opinion. Okay, and I'll just leave it at that. Again, you know, I'm not going to feed into it as far as that goes. You make it what it is, and you know, there's people that like poking the bear. Sort of like Randy W. Horton there on his broadcast. He was having fun with those people that call him and text him and stuff like that. I would never do that. I would just say, screw it. You're not even getting acknowledgement from me, because he has fun with it, because he has a lot of time on his hand over there. As far as you know, if he was with family, I don't think he'd be doing that. I think he'd just be ignoring it and stuff like that. So. But he's having fun with it. I got to finish that broadcast. I think I only got about a third of the way through. I got to the part where he's still waiting for his cheese and onion omelet. I got to get to the part where and nobody tell me what his results was. Tina. Don't stir, Tina. It's like, I'm gonna laugh. But I gotta see what Randy W. Horton's new cook. I guess they fired the other cook, which is interesting, because he's made the statement that even the delivery person was complaining about his previous cook. So hopefully he gets a cook that can cook at least a decent cheese onion omelet. Okay. And I highly recommend you all there to follow Randy W. Horton. He's a great guy. I love him. He's a great guy. Someday I'm going to meet him. Someday I want to meet him. I know he doesn't drink, but I can sit down and have a coffee with him. Or he can have a Coke or Pepsi, and I don't know, is he a Coke guy or a Pepsi guy? I forget. I think he's a Coke guy. I'll buy him a Coke and I can have a beer. I had this assistant chief I worked for when I was in the Philippines at Wallace Air Station, and we took him downtown to the local bars. Me and my counterpart, their firefighter there that worked the other shift, and we had beers. We bought him Cokes. He didn't drink, and Randy and I think he drinks Coke too. As far as that goes, he drinks pop. I think they call it pop or soda, but I would buy him a soda and I would drink a beer with him. Someday that's going to happen. I'm going to make that. That's on my bucket list. I got to meet this guy. This guy is a guy I want to meet. You know, he's a great guy. As far as, maybe I can, if I'm retired and the missus lets me, maybe I can fly over the Philippines and ride in a sailboat. I don't think she'll let me, but someday I'll meet him. I'd like to meet him. He's a great guy as far as that goes, and he has some good stories as far as that goes, and everybody has a story and stuff. So, all right, we're at an hour and 11 minutes. Wow. Yeah, and do a live stream. Oh, you can count on that, Double J's. Yeah, I want to record that, and that's not going to just stay here on Twitch. That's going over on YouTube to archive it, and I'll have a copy on a flash drive. That would be historic. I've met one person since I've been on this thing called the internet since it started in I got on the internet on 1995. I guess I got on the internet when I was over in Dakota. That was dial-up. Wow, dial-up. That was, but just being connected. That was the big thing. And the one person I met, and I've talked about him often, and that's Bernie Goldbach at Top Gold. He's a ex-Air Force pilot. He flew C-141s. He was a fighter pilot. He trained fighter pilots, and I met him, and it was a great visit. So I just know if I ever meet this guy, it's going to be a great visit, because this guy is going to get a big old bear hug from me as far as that goes. I disagree with some things that Randy, and he's all right with that, and the same thing with my good friend Bernie Goldbach at Top Gold on Twitter. There's a lot of things I disagree with, but he's still my friend. Okay, we can discuss things, and I've done that with, and I know Bernie Goldbach. He's a professor, teacher over there in the Limerick Institute of Technology, and a very smart individual. We can not agree with other people, but we can still get along with them. We can find middle ground. There's always middle ground as far as that goes. So I'm looking forward to the day I do, and you can guarantee, Double J's, there will be a video as far as that goes. Let's see, what else? Anything else? I'm gonna probably try and game this afternoon. I got some work I got to do this morning around the house here, or try to do some things. If the heat doesn't, what's the current temperature right now? Let me get the current temperature. Let's see. Today, and I just refresh. This is according to the web page, so it's off a couple of degrees as far as it's still. We got fog out there. Holy crap, we got fog. So the humidity is going to be out there. When we get the fog in July, the humidity is still there. So yeah, it's 62 degrees. Feels like, yeah, it's 62. But it's going to be 94 once the sun pops out. And oh, did I tell what time the sun rose? The sun rose. Let's see. It's still dark. Yeah. Let's see. Let me check my world map. Yeah, it's still dark. Let's see. Sun will be rose this morning at 5:51, which let's see, it's 7. So it's more than 2 hours ago. Almost 2 hours ago, 5:51 a.m. this morning. So, but there's fog out there. There's fog over the cornfield. Foggy morning. So we don't normally get fog. That's an indication it's going to be hot and humid. We get the fog this early. Sun will be setting at. The days are still getting longer though. It's 5:51. It was 5:50. The sun rose yesterday. Sun will be setting at 8:34 p.m. as far as that goes. Tina, thank you. Yeah, great seeing you all. I'm back. Okay, so I'll be doing the. I'll just say I'll be doing the Twitch next week and stuff like that. But you don't freak out, okay, Tina? I'm not saying you freaked out, but I really appreciate the tweets though. That shows a concern, and that means a lot. That means a lot, Tina. So I just. And then Jeeves, anybody see Jeeves? Tell him he's my new bud there. As far as he actually called me in a tweet. I don't want to dig for the tweet, but he called me an SOB. He says, "You SOB, you better not be on Vocal without telling us." I said, "No, Jeeves, I'm on YouTube. It's recorded. Once I post it, I'll tweet it out. You'll get notified." Okay, so it's just. Yeah, like I say, I put everything on Twitter. I say that at the beginning. Double J's, yeah, thought you were taking a break. Good to see. Yeah, I never left. I just went over to YouTube. That's all. I'm still, just check out my Twitter feed at Fireman Rich. Okay, You know, and if you have a concern, send me. Jeeves is on Skype with me right now. Tell him this son of a bitch really appreciates his concern. Jeeves is a great guy. You know, he's a great guy. Tell him that have a great day at work too, as far as that goes. I don't know. So okay, we're gonna go ahead and exit stage left here, folks. I got to get some breakfast and get my day going. And this has been great. It's good to be back. Did I miss it? Yes, I did miss it, but I had fun over on YouTube, and like I said, I'm going to still do the YouTubes. I will be exporting the YouTubes over there from Twitch, and as far as that goes, so I say what I think. Yes, Tina, and I want you to say what you think. Okay? I appreciate it, you know? Like I said, I appreciate that, and Tina saying bye all, saying thanks, and we're going to go ahead and exit stage left. Thank you, Double J's. Thank you, Chris Tech. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Daniel, for coming in. Who else? Did I miss anybody? And Chris Tech, tell Jeeves, thank you also. I know he's be here. Let's see. Do I got anybody else? Vince. Yeah, Vince Beans. Vince Beans. Great seeing Vince Beans. He's a great guy. Knew him from Haps. And I'm still following him on these fine social networks as far as that goes. So, and for all the other people that are sitting back just saying to themselves, what the F is this guy talking about? All right, folks, this is Rich Roberts. Yeah, you have a great day too, Chris. This is Rich Roberts. Let's see, and Chris coming in again with the Bazanga. Yes, we always end with the Bazanga. Have a Bazanga day. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Twitch as well as Twitter. Wishing you all well. Have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace, peace, peace. Take care, folks. Good broadcast too. Thank you.